everyone. What up, folks? Once again, it is indeed your boy Tim, the handsome liberal. Let me get my equipment straight. So, we're going to be doing what probably is happening on just about every media outlet you encounter right now. Whether we're talking about cable news outlets, whether we're talking about social media, make no mistake about it, everyone is talking about the State of the Union address last night featuring none other than Joseph R. Biden. So we're going to be judging Biden's speech. That's going to be the sole purpose of the live stream, is judging the cognitive ability, the clarity, the message. We are judging Biden's speech. So we want to get that from you folks. What do you think of President Biden last night? Do you think he failed miserably? Do you think he did okay? Or do you think he simply knocked it out of the park? Now, having a little bit of trouble on my app here, so we're gonna make sure if we have to reset the TikTok, but that's what we're asking. We're judging Biden's speech and asking you folks, what do you think of his cognitive abilities in particular? Because make no mistake about it, folks are suggesting that President Biden often doesn't know where the hell he's at, often cannot string together two sentences, but yet we saw a 90-minute speech that was delivered in prime time. I mean, D.C., that speech took place or began at 9 p.m. Central Time. For an old man, you know, hell, even myself personally, I go to bed earlier nowadays now that I'm getting old, and I'm nowhere near 81. For an old man to give a speech starting at 8, or better yet, 9 p.m., and that was done so that all the time zones in America could show it at a decent hour. But considering the fact that speech started at 9 p.m. and went on for 90 minutes, I want to ask you folks, how do you think President Biden did? Now, we talked about this last night a little bit right after the speech, but we're asking that question. What do you think his cognitive abilities are like? And I'm asking that over and over again because we've been told multiple times the man can't string together a sentence. He don't know where the hell he's at. So seeing that speech, did it indeed confirm your beliefs that he cannot string together a sentence? Or did it lead you to question why we see him in such mental decline when he apparently appeared to do okay? So we're going to take it from both angles. Looking in the comment section, by the way, TikTok is coming up. So you guys on YouTube are the only audience right now while TikTok is resetting. Stephen Greer, suppressed technology, GTP5 Thrive 2. I don't know what that has to do with what we're discussing or even what it means. So I'll say that right off the bat. You saying you know his daily routine. Did he take a nap? Well, that is possible. That is highly possible that President Biden took a nap before the speech. Listen, at the end of the day, I would probably advise him to do that. I would advise Trump or anyone else to do that. Make sure you are very much well rested. Hell, even at Obama's age, if you're going to get out there and give a 90-minute speech that is starting at 9 p.m., that's very possible. Good point that he may have taken a nap before, but I don't think that would just necessarily pertain to an old guy. I would advise anyone giving a speech of that said importance to do the same thing. So yeah, that's highly likely that he may have taken a nap earlier in the day. Yours truly, I have a hard ass time sleeping during the day. So I don't know, even if I had to take a nap on demand in the middle of the day, I don't think I could do it. So it works for some, but not all. Real quick, looking in the comments, I don't know what's going on with YouTube. TikTok. We may have a YouTube solo audience today. Unlimited assisted living healthcare system that heals without prejudice, without delay. What are you referencing? Unlimited assist. What are you referencing? I don't understand at all what you're talking about. We're judging Biden. We're asking, what do you think of Biden's performance last night? Did his cognitive abilities and how he was speaking, how he was delivering his lines, did he fail miserably? Did he measure up to what an 81-year-old man should be capable of, or did he knock it out the park? We've been told a guy doesn't know what the hell is going on all the time. What did you see? What did you see? Who cares if he took a nap or not? He was on fire, and it's irking the hell out of MAGA. The Republican rebuttal person was horrible, epic failure. I didn't see, because I was doing a live right after Biden spoke, but I do agree that based on the clips I've seen, the Republican, the female that did the follow up, the rebuttal to Biden's speech, yeah, she was really, really bad. I don't think I've heard anyone suggest that she did a good job following up President Biden. I do believe that she did a poor job. He called undocumented immigrants illegals. Well, isn't that something that the right should applaud? Isn't that exactly what the right is calling them? I mean, we're going to hold him accountable for calling them illegal immigrants. I don't think that's going to hurt him at all. Now, there is the free Palestine crowd, the don't call them illegals, call them undocumented. Yeah, the far left may be critical of Biden for that one statement. But if you look at the entire spectrum, starting from progressives on to Democrats, on to moderates, independents, libertarians, Tea Party, traditional Republicans, conservatives, and MAGA, that entire scale, only progressives are going to have a problem with him calling illegal immigrants that name. All of the other entities I just named would have no problem with that. From traditional Democrats all the way over to MAGA, none of them would have any problem. That is solely an issue that progressives may be concerned with. And that's something that he said in the span of 2 seconds. Out of a 90-minute speech, well, he called them undocumented folks illegals. I don't think that's going to hurt him very much. I really don't. I think it's a cognitive decline that may help him, because folks suggested this guy was off his rocker. Did anybody? What do you guys think? That's what we're talking about. I will go to the box right away. TikTok is up and got 400 folks, almost 500 in the box. Stick the ruler. Good afternoon, Stick. Did you, if the box brings you up, he liked the speech. Stick, good afternoon. Stick, are you, hang on a second. I see what's going on. My damn Bluetooth. Give me a second here, Stick. Hopefully that'll do it. Okay, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, what did you think of you actually seen the State of the Union?
Yeah, I actually was watching it live, but what ended up happening was, everybody wanted to pat him on his back and all of that stuff, so I kind of dozed off. So what I had to do was I had to wake up this morning and hear, I seen your post, and I seen a couple of other people's posts, Oil Spill and Straight Facts, and then I went and watched it myself. MAGA, if you didn't watch it because you were trying to not hear what the Democratic Party was saying, that's on you. But he actually spit straight facts, in the sense of he told you exactly what's going on. A lot of times you ask for transparency.
Yeah.
He gave it to you. I mean, I just feel like he gave it to him straight up. I mean, whether it was the border policy, whether it was the things that are happening with the undocumented, and this is the thing about that. Even with that, he said, "I will give MAGA this because they're gonna pinch on it anyway." That he did say illegals.
Yeah. Wait, I'll let you continue, but let me just say this right off the bat. It's crazy that MAGA would try to hold Biden suggesting that immigrants are illegal against him. That's all they call them is illegals.
Well, that's an actual fact. But again, we know that certain, I won't say all, that certain MAGAs are hypocritical. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I just threw that out there so I don't sound hypocritical by saying he didn't say anything that was wrong. I would feel like the phrase that he used was wrong, but what he was saying, we all understood it.
Yeah.
Just as well as they can try to figure out what Trump is saying and try to tell us what he was saying, you know, I feel like everybody knew what he was saying, but they're going to point that out.
Right. And let's be clear. If he had a guy up there and said undocumented or anything other than illegals, they would be criticizing him for not calling a spade and saying he's refusing to call them illegals, which they actually are. But because he called them illegals, they're going to criticize him on that as well. That's one of those 6.5 dozen of the other. You can't win.
Yeah, it's hypocritical, and again, you know what I'm saying, that's the double dip. I mean, just like, you know, I'm not trying to deflect off Biden because, again, I feel like he had a awesome, powerful speech. He told the nation exactly where we're at this moment, you know, and still where we're at. And the only way to fix it is if we do exactly what everybody's saying we want to do, which is let's come together, let's figure this shit out, and let's really, why don't you, instead of saying, hey, I don't want this bill passed because I don't have no talking points, if you love America, that wouldn't matter.
Fair enough.
Talking point, you would find some other talking point, because guess what? I just want it fixed.
So let me present this to you. Now, this is, I can barely see it. What does that say? Mental liberal says he read a teleprompter, yelled, mumbled, and whispered, Democrats really think this is special. In other words, he's reading from a teleprompter, he's yelling, he's mumbling. Do Democrats really think he did a good job? How do you respond to a comment like that?
Well, I would say that if you got people like, what is it, Newsmax or
OAN?
What's the other Trump?
OAN, or you talking about?
Yeah, if you got them saying, look, I don't know what's going on, but I like this. He said exactly what needed to be said. If you got those guys saying it, and or Fox News, well, not all of them maybe, but certain hosts on Fox News saying the same thing, then my guy, I don't know what you're seeing, because he really does not get any credit from the right. Yeah. And for those outlets to be actually giving him some credit, he must have showed them something. And of course, Handsome, I've seen yours too. He must have showed you something.
Oh yeah. Well, I do got to move it on, but before I do, I'll just say this: the bar for Biden was set so low by Trump himself in MAGA, as I stated on my show last night. They were portraying him like Muhammad Ali in his last days. So it didn't take much for Biden to blow it out the park, because they made him sound like he was punch drunk.
But even still, the evidence of who he is and what he is was definitely proven. All that dementia stuff, it just got blasted out the park with a home run. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like MAGA, like, again, the only thing that he said that you can go along with, he was not mumbling. If you want to say he was yelling, he was being passionate. I mean, if he was up there just quiet as a mouse mumbling, then you would have something to say about that, because you can't mumble and be yelling at the same time.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
So at the end of the day, no matter what he did, you were going to have a negative view on him. But upon what he said, I think it was from the heart. I think him telling the Supreme Court what he told them was actual factual. Like, you don't worry about me. Worry about these women.
Yeah. It was, and certainly what he
Yeah, I'm gonna be with them. But I'm not the one you got to worry about. It's the people.
Yeah.
Like, for instance,
all right. Okay, real quick.
They're the people. They're the people, right? The Trump supporters. We don't need to be worried about Trump, because Trump is the guy egging it. But at the end of the day, they're the one backing it.
Yeah.
And if we're gonna be afraid of anybody, if we're gonna fearmonger, we need to fearmonger about what MAGA's gonna do when he loses.
All right, I can ask you a million questions on that, but Stick, I do gotta move it on. Appreciate you coming in.
All day, every day.
Absolutely. And what he was suggesting now, Stick, and by the way, Big Dog, yeah, thank you for the hat and mustache, starting it out right. What my last caller was alluding to, and by the way, tap the screen, almost 800 of you in here. Appreciate that. For my YouTube audience, significantly smaller right now until whatever the hell's going on, the algorithm catches up, but certainly smash that like button for my YouTubers. What he was indicating is that it's a possibility that MAGA may not accept a second loss if, with emphasis on if Biden wins in the 2024 election. He's suggesting that MAGA may not accept that. Speed Racer with the confetti, thank you very much. Real quick in the comments, so when was America great? It's always been an evil, racist land. You would have to bring the natives. Yikes. Soul Train. Shout out to Don Cornelius, the late great legend. When was America great? Depends on who you ask. Depends on their definition of great. For minorities in general, the answer is going to likely be never. But it's not necessarily spoken with minorities in mind. Just take it that way. Looking in the comments real quick on YouTube. And thank you, Dagger. Thank you. He didn't call Nancy Pelosi Nikki Haley. He didn't say he beat George Bush in 2020 and he'll do it again in 2024. He's far sharper than Trump, says Bill Reynolds. How many of you think that Biden is sharper than Trump? We've been spoon-fed the opposite for so long. That one may be tough to swallow, but that Biden's cognitive abilities are stronger than Trump. Now, remember, Trump does have a lot of slippages as well. Biden may be more, particularly, though, I believe because the right focuses on it more. I don't think the left really focuses on Trump's gaffes as much as the right does. Because Trump says a lot of controversial shit in plain English that gives him plenty of material without having to focus on the gap. So I don't know, but right now that could be tough, suggesting that Biden is actually more alert than Trump. Teleprompter yelled, mumbled, we talking about Biden or Trump. For those who watched the speech, did anyone see a teleprompter? They actually presented over-the-shoulder shots. He was flipping pages in a book in front of him. I didn't see a teleprompter. Where is that coming from? Did anyone see? Was it hidden? Did anyone see a teleprompter? I didn't see that. Now I see in the comments, CEO of Common Sense says he did see a teleprompter. You saw one. Okay. I didn't see it. And I actually was looking because folks were stating that. I didn't see it though. Okay, but if you saw it, maybe I missed it. Yes, he had teleprompter, says Dennis. Okay. All right, I stand corrected, and that's what the program is always about. I'm not here to ever pretend like I have all the answers. You damn sure do not either. It's about exchanging information. That's why the program is always ran in an uncensored format. We don't block, ban, or censor anyone because no one knows it all. Not my program, not your program. It is our damn program. That's how it's ran. Tap the screen. Get your boy on up to 20,000 likes on TikTok. I don't know, the algorithm today sucks, but I didn't see the teleprompter. I see folks saying I didn't see one either. I didn't see it, but maybe others did. The man was looking directly at the people when he was speaking. He didn't use the teleprompter. Says Teisha Boy. Hey, Teisha, good afternoon. All right, going to the box, we'll go straight to Conservative Rich. How did Biden do? Was his cognitive abilities in decline? Did you see that on display? Conservative Rich, good afternoon.
How we doing again, handsome?
Doing real good. Did you see the speech? The State of the Union?
I did.
What did you think?
I think he did a pretty good job, you know? He held it together. He got some words out there. You know, he did some reading.
And that was 90 minutes. 90 straight minutes.
Yeah, I mean, that's all he's got to do. That's all he's got to do for success. All he has to do is stand for 90 minutes and not fall down and make a couple of coherent sentences, and he passes. That's it.
But I was told he couldn't string together two sentences. What happened?
Well, you know, he's reading a prompter.
But
he can read.
So you don't think you don't think a
see him debate.
wait, you don't think a single sentence he uttered last night was off of that prompter? You think he only read what was on that prompter and did not improv at all?
Well, I'm sure he could improv a little bit off of what he's reading.
But
I'm sure he practiced a bunch.
But how can he
It
do?
sounded like a campaign speech to me.
Yeah, but how can he put all that together if he's dealing with advanced stages of dementia?
Well, who knows, man? Who knows what he's really dealing with? I don't think we'll ever know.
Well,
But, I did want to go over the fact that the politicized rhetoric is so inflamed that people don't know the difference, that words don't even matter anymore, because people can't tell the difference between migrants, immigrants, and illegals. When Biden said illegals, he didn't mean migrants. When people talk about illegals, they're not talking about migrants. They're not talking about immigrants. Immigrants are people who came here legally and assimilated and created careers and businesses and became successful for the most part, right?
okay.
Migrants are the people flooding the border seeking asylum.
Yeah, but they're not illegals.
Those are migrants.
Yeah, they're not illegals
Right?
though.
The illegals are the people who are not going to the ports of
Right.
entry. They're actually coming here and evading authority.
Yeah, but let me say this: the overwhelming majority of the folks that have come here under the Biden administration, they're not illegals. They're the flooding the border type you're talking about, seeking asylum. They are here legally. The overwhelming majority of the folks that have come in this country since Biden's.
So those would be migrants.
Yeah, but they're not illegals. They're not
Yeah, but people who came here illegally didn't come through a port of entry.
Right.
They pay the cartel to sneak them in, right? And they evade Homeland Security.
And they also
There's a difference.
Yes,
People don't understand why
But the folks you're talking about that came here illegally, evaded, law enforcement and things like that, they represent the smaller number. When you hear folks on the right criticizing Biden, they're talking about he's letting illegals in. They're calling them the wrong name as well. They're migrants.
But this is what I'm saying. It's politicized rhetoric.
Oh, yeah.
It's inflamed. It's inflamed, politicized rhetoric that really doesn't even make sense. People who are all running around misconstruing these three different types of people: migrants, immigrants, and illegals. They're three different categories, and people keep kind of separating, making them all one thing, and it's not.
Okay.
It's kind of unfortunate.
No.
And I just wanted to put out there that Roe v. Wade was government overreach, right? That was government forcing abortion legality on all 50 states.
Yeah.
And America was great. I think, wait a minute, hold on. If Trump wins, we got to hope people stay calm, right? I think the craziness can be said on both sides.
True.
I think we can see civil unrest from a Trump victory.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? Because there's so many people who believe democracy is at risk from greedy, racist homophobes.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's kind of inflammatory political propaganda that the left is very subject to.
Okay.
Right? And I think America was great before warning labels and participation trophies.
When did America exist before participation trophies? When did participation trophies become a thing?
That was a joke. But,
okay. But what is it? But really, what is a participation? Hold on, hang on. What is a participation trophy?
It's just it's ignoring excellence. It's pretending that everyone is excellent, and you know what? It takes away people striving to become better.
When did that start?
Everybody a trophy. You really want people to compete. You want to bring out the best in them, right?
Right.
So when people are competing and there's a winner, the next time somebody else wants to be a winner. When everybody wins, it almost takes away the whole sport.
So what do you think? What do you personally think of participation trophies yourself? Do you think it's a good thing, or should they be removed?
I think they should be removed.
Okay.
I think we should reward excellence.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
People should strive for excellence. It's really not even rewarding excellence. It's more striving for excellence.
All right, hold on one second. Hold on, hang on. I am going to restart the YouTube for you folks tuned in on YouTube. Something's going on with the numbers. I'll restart it, so I'll be back in like a minute on YouTube. I agree.